All right, when you're ready, Totaruns, if you can. Well, I guess there's not much introduction to the run. So yeah, this is Lego Builder's Journey. This is. From what I've watched, so Joester will be playing as a robot, following, I think it was the father of the robot or something like that, or like a child that plays with the robot or something. And throughout the game, Joester's going to be making Lego bricks from the throughout the game as well. So, without further ado, we will go straight into it, I think, because I'm not going to be able to explain much about what's actually going on. It is very lore-focused, and in the opening, it also builds a robot for us, and we will go from there, I think. So, Totarans, if you can provide a countdown, and we will get started.
Oh, yeah. Time starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Yeah.
So, we start in a house. We're doing a good job so far. Right, so I think what's happening is, so this is, I think this is a cutscene. So it's also building a robot for us. And that robot will come in useful, actually, throughout the run. Because it's going to be used to make Lego bricks. And the screen's gone black. There you go. So a robot is being built.
Yes.
And in a minute, the robot's going to come to life. There we go. We have ourselves a pet robot. It seems that the stream, well, at least on my side, the stream's gone on Discord, so I can't actually watch it live. Oh dear. Never mind.
We laugh.
So, so Toto's gonna, not Toto, Joester's gonna be sliding down here. Gonna be quite a bit of sliding. And then this robot is gonna be building a bunch of Lego bricks, or Lego pieces, to help with sliding down. And at this point, so this father or child or person is going to go inside of this cave. But you'll find that the cave is very rude to the robot, you see, because the robot is not allowed in the cave. So now we are just going to have the robot going on its own. And there's going to be a bunch of puzzles now that Joester's going to need to be completing.
Yeah. The game is also a puzzle game. And got released for quite a lot of platforms. Not only it was released on PC, it also was released for iPhone, macOS, also for the Apple TV it was released, for the Nintendo Switch it was released, for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 it was released, on the Apple Vision Pro it also was released, and it was also released on the Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S.
So,
quite a lot of platforms.
Yeah, quite a lot of platforms. So we did see one of the puzzles there. So this is another one of those puzzles that we are seeing. We'll be seeing this kind of puzzle quite often, actually. So what Duesto is doing here is building a circuit, and that is going to build us some Lego pieces. Now, throughout these circuits, I'm not sure if we've come across them yet, but we will come across them later on. So there's going to be some plus and minus signs on these particular puzzles, and they will make the pieces that are generated by this robot either larger or smaller. And then the pieces then need to be stacked in a certain way to allow Duesto to progress. So we have one of these pink ones which we need to take over to the other side. Oh, blue one, sorry. Oh, and a pink one. There you go. And it completes the puzzle. So basically there's just a lot of these different puzzles that need to have lots of different Lego pieces created for them to complete them. And basically what Duesto is going to need to make is different sized pieces depending on what is needed to complete the puzzle as well. And the robot will create these different sized pieces. Yeah, so he's building this circuit to create a Lego piece. Let's create 2 Lego pieces possibly, actually. I think the Discord feed is frozen because oh, there it goes, back again. The actual live feed on the live stream is fine though, so we're not too fussed about it. Yeah, so this is one of those puzzles. I'm not sure if we've actually come across them already, but we probably have, and I just missed it. But this one has the minus sign there, so that makes the Lego bricks smaller. So that gives us a smaller Lego piece that we need to use to complete the puzzle. And if I remember correctly from the run I saw yesterday, if Duesto creates the wrong Lego piece, then I think we can just reject it and then create a different one or create another one. There we go. Then we open this particular area here, which I believe takes us into the mine. And now we've met up with our friend again. And now we need to help him to cross the mine and make our way supposedly to the other side. Right, so this particular puzzle here that we have now on screen is going to use a combination of both plus and minus signs, so we need to be making bigger ones, and then we need to make it smaller again. Because of the way that the circuit is laid out, no, Dresser did it really well there, well done. Very, very quickly before I could get a chance to explain it all. But in that particular scenario, so Dresser needed to make sure that he used a combination of the plus and minus signs to make sure we had the correct size piece. And if it wasn't quite attacked in the right order, then we wouldn't have the right size piece for it. And the same thing goes here as well, but in this case I think we have 3 minus signs instead of 3 plus signs, so... So as you can see, it makes it a smaller piece, and then we've got ourselves a little piece there. Like a stud, I think. Or more like a stud-sized piece is what we're actually looking to make. There we go, yeah. So in this puzzle we just need to match up the different colours and to light up the areas that we can. Get bombarded with Lego people. I do agree, Pro JVR. This game does look pretty cool. Looks like a nice, quaint little game to play. So I think once you get the gist of this game, it kind of just comes quite naturally as well, so the actual game itself isn't that complicated. Again, we're just building more Lego pieces. We need to make a pretty big Lego piece here. Now we need to change the circuit, so we're actually using the same circuit again to change it to make a different piece. So we can lay that on top. And now Joester needs to make a different piece, using the same circuit again, but using the other piece to create one there. There we go. Put that on top. And then one more piece to just... Probably, I suspect a stud piece to go on top of the next one. So he needs to lay the circuit so that he has the blue one as well. So that I think is the other thing, is that it needs to be blue. So the other ones are all brown. So we went through the brown paint first. And now we've got a blue piece. Put on top of the... And the door opens. Whee! Yeah, that's a little bit of collateral damage.
Also, I agree to broad or how to pronounce the name. I also agree to his opinion.
Unfortunately, I'm not actually able to listen to the music, because I'm currently monitoring on Discord, so I don't actually have the music in my ears, which is probably not a bad thing actually, but I can kind of... I did have a listen to the soundtrack previously, and it does sound very nice actually. Yeah, it's a very different style of Lego game as well, because most of the Lego games we see tends to be like your it's very story oriented, and you pick up studs as a bit of currency. This one seems to be a lot more puzzle oriented.
Yeah.
Oh no, our robots dismantling.
It's quite a different experience compared to your typical Lego game by TT and by the TT developers and stuff.
There you go. So Duesto has now created this fan rotor blade, and the robot's now flying up to the surface. Right, we're now coming up to what I believe is the end of the game. So this is, I think, the last bit of the game where Duesto now needs to build the robot up again. And once the robot's been built, that will be time. There we go. Yeah, I think I got the time right there, just as the splash appears. So that's 21 minutes and 50 seconds. It might need to be retimed, but it's fine. But yeah, so thank you, Joesto, for both runs. The Flower any percent and Lego Builders Journey Robots Adventure any percent. Apologies for the commentary, probably not being particularly fantastic. It's a little bit difficult to commentate a game you don't know, which is probably not brilliant. But anyway, it's not a problem. We made do with what we could. We will now be going over to our very last run of InstaTipTopathon 2026. Our first InstaTipTopathon 2026, the first of many, hopefully. And we will be going over to our next run, I think. That was time, I think, wasn't it? Because I saw that on the speedrun.com stuff. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, so we will now be going over to our very final run of InstaTipTopathon 2026. That will be... Yeah, so the very last run will be Super Metro Project Base 104% by Prout JV. We'll be going over to that in approximately 10 minutes time. We'll just do quick sound checks and all that stuff first before we go on to it. Don't forget, of course, we are doing a charity event for TipTop Productions. And if you'd like to donate, the next time you donate in the chat, we'll bring up the link to the donation page. There is a poll for the next run, which is the Save or Kill the Animals poll. And currently, Save the Animals is winning on £20. And there's £5 put towards Kill the Animals. So if you'd like to donate towards that poll, then please do so. Please choose the option you'd like. I know for a fact that poll does not end until the end of the run, so that poll will be staying open throughout the entirety of that run as well. So we will be going on to that very, very shortly, but keep those donations coming in. They will be read out periodically as they come in as well, and the money goes to TipTop Productions as well, subject to us retaining 10% because to cover the running costs of the event, but the total you see on screen is the total you'll eventually be donating to TipTop Productions at the end of the event. That currently stands £172.69, which is absolutely fantastic, but I want to see a lot more money in the kitty to donate to them after the event. So, thank you, Joesto, for both runs at InstaTipTopathon 2026. I hope you've had a good time. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hopefully, we'll see you again very soon. But until then, guys, have a wonderful evening, and we will see you very shortly with Super Metro Project Base 104%.